Hi everyone, it's Stella Grisant, the host of Work Happiness Weekly. And each week, this is an experiment, but each week that I've been doing this, I've been trying to deliver a a quick-ish talk on how to work happier and live better. And for those of you who don't know me, hey Jessica. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a positive psychologist and executive coach, and I've worked with over 1,300 people over the past 14 years in 21 countries. And I've learned a bunch on that journey. And so I want to just share today. Hey, Susan. Hey, Olga. Today I want to share, or I want to talk about what is it thinking about New Year's resolutions, because they're coming up. And whether or not you're into resolutions, maybe you're thinking about your goals or just reflecting on your year. And so I thought it would be good for us to just work out, like, what are some nice rituals to honorably close the year and to also set yourself up for a really happy year ahead. So, hey Frank, hey Papa. So it's nice when family comes on and supports you. All right, so I guess I'll start with you guys who joined. Thank you so much for joining. Not to put you on the spot, but do you typically have New Year's resolutions? Do you typically set New Year's resolutions, or are you against New Year's resolutions? Anybody want to share in the comments? While you do that, I will tell you that my version of New Year's resolutions is not to just set a goal, like I'm going to go to the gym 3 times a week for the whole year. I think that what happens when it comes to goals or New Year's resolutions is that we engage in something I call backward logic. And by backward logic, I mean that we're usually thinking about things from the wrong end. So what do I mean by that? We choose goals that sound right. So like going to the gym 3 times a week sounds like a really great goal, right? Or calling my grandmother once a day sounds like a really great, noble goal as well. Or writing a book, or getting a promotion, or whatever it is for you. The thing is, when we choose goals that sound right, we could very well end up achieving them, but then still be left feeling pretty crappy at the end. So, just think about your own experience. How many times have you gotten that amazing job or promotion or raise, or you moved to a city that you were so excited to move to, and then you're there and you're kind of like, is this all there is? And so the reason why, or one of the reasons why we might feel underwhelmed, is because we're going about choosing those goals backwards. And so the first question you want to think about when it comes to the year ahead, or just in life, in work in general, is not what is it that I want to achieve, but how is it that I want to be? How is it that I want to be? And the reason why you want to start with that question is because that gets to the real end result we're all after, which is to feel something, whether it's to feel stronger, more powerful, more confident, more happy, more intelligent. So the key for us to, if you want to go ahead and do the New Year's resolution thing, or if you just are thinking about your goals for the year ahead at work, is to first start with the question, how do I want to be, or how do I want to feel? Now that may seem a little like touchy-feely, but at the end, there's nothing wrong with emotions. And at the end of the day, if you're thinking about how you want to be, that's actually going to give you more information about the appropriate goal you should be setting. What it will also do is expand how you go about achieving your end. result, which is to feel, let's say, more happy, or to feel more financially free, or to feel more in control of your schedule, whatever it is. So, for example, one of the things that's in my that I value is to feel vital, to feel really energized. And so there are a number of ways that I can do that. So working out is one of them. Getting massage is another. Taking walks around a lake nearby. Cutting down on coffee. So what I can do as I go throughout my year, if I focus on being vital, is I can make a variety of choices throughout the week that support me being ultimately energized and feeling strong in my body, and not beat myself up if I don't happen to make it to the gym 3 times that week, unless that's something that I decided. Does that make sense, you guys? I have to admit, I'm a little tired tonight because I've just been working really hard, and I have a big event that I'm speaking at tomorrow, so I want to make sure I'm like making sense. Do you guys like get what I'm saying? So with that, when it comes to setting your goals, you want to first ask yourself, how do I want to be, or how do I want to feel? That's the first thing. The second thing is you want to be aware, where is the motivation for this goal coming from? Is the motivation coming from the desire to escape something I don't like? Or is it coming from the desire to move towards something that I really, really want? And just to get honest about that, because usually we're driven by the desire to stop something, like, I don't want to work for this person anymore, or I don't want to work for this organization, or I want to stop doing these kinds of reports. So we know what we don't like. It's a lot easier sometimes for us to get that information. But moving away from what you don't like is not the same as consciously moving towards the positive. So I'm always saying, like, hey, escaping the negative is not the same as moving towards the positive. And so as you think about what it is that you're doing or setting up for yourself in this following year, really to try to hold the space of, am I moving towards what's going to set me up to be my most alive self? Or am I just trying to mitigate or escape something that feels really crappy? And what else do I want to share about New Year's stuff? Oh yes, a really nice ritual that my friend Lisa Zagarmi and her family do that I have joined is to ask questions and to share the answers with whoever you feel comfortable sharing them with, or you don't even have to share. But it's a really nice ritual to just take stock and then also consider the year ahead. And so the questions go something like this. What's one thing I learned this year? What's one thing I am ready to let go of? That's a good one, right? I think I added a few. So Lisa, if you're watching, or Pat or Alexa, like, I might be changing these up a little bit. But what is one thing that I want to create? And what's one thing I want to celebrate? Those are nice questions, right? So as a New Year's ritual, I like to go around and just, if whoever I'm celebrating with, if it's appropriate, not like if it's a crazy party, but it's a really nice set of questions, or you can make up your own questions, but just to kind of take a moment to take stock, like, what did I learn? What do I want to celebrate? Maybe how did I grow? What do I want to release? What do I want to let go of? And then what do I want to create? And then what Lisa's family does, or what Lisa does, is they choose 2 words that alliterate, just to make it easy to remember, that get to the feeling of what you want to experience in the next year. So I chose blissing and blessing as my words for this year, and I totally feel like I have been blissing and blessing all over the place. And for me, those meant to really just be plugged into how I could be of service, and trusting that if I just lead with that, then I will be experiencing bliss. And I feel very much in touch with that. And I've seen how that kind of showed up for me in my life this year. And so that's just kind of a fun exercise as well, is just thinking about 2 words that alliterate, to really think about your desired intention for the year. Now, I know some people are like, you know what, I don't want to set any intentions. I don't want to set any goals, because sometimes they'll smack me on, upside the face and kind of teach me this really harsh lesson. I don't know if you've ever felt that way. And so the reason why I chose blessing and blessing, or blessing and blissing, is because I think the number one thing that when you're thinking about your goals that's important is that they're in service, that how you're trying to be is always in service of being in service, of being a kind and loving human being, and giving your unique and special gift to this world. So if it comes from that place, I feel like you can't really lose and screw it up or mess with the universe or whatever. So with that, you guys, let me just recap. And so we talked about the keys to setting your New Year's resolutions are to first think about how you want to be, and not just what you want to achieve. And then we talked about how the importance of not just trying to escape something that sucks and choosing your goals from that, but really trying to consciously move towards something positive, towards that state of being most alive or energized, whatever that is for you. And then I shared a fun ritual that you can do with your friends and family, just asking some reflective questions. You could just journal this by yourself, as how did I grow? What's one thing I want to celebrate? What am I proud of or grateful for? I keep adding questions as we're going. What's one thing I want to release? And then finally, if you want a fun, easy way to kind of remember the sensation that you want to embody and how you want to be in the following year, you can choose 2 words that alliterate. So I don't know what my words are for this year. I really like the blessing and the blissing. I might keep up with that. So I still have to do all this stuff, and that will be happening the last week of December once I get through everything. So with that, do you guys have any questions, or you want to share any rituals that you love to do for New Year's, or what do you think? I can never tell who's on live with me. I see a bunch of names, I see you guys, but I'm wondering, are you still here, or have you gone on? All right, well, that's cool. We don't have to talk it out, but I hope that you guys have a beautiful, bright, happy new year. And I'm going to be doing one more of these Facebook Lives I'm going to do it next week, and then we're going to be taking a break for the holidays, and then I'm going to come back in 2019. And so if you have any suggestions for topics or anything that you'd like me to address, it could be a work issue or whatever, just message me if you're watching me on Facebook, or you can email me, stella@whoopa.com, and I will totally consider it for a topic for the Work Happiness Weekly. All right, with that, guys, have a great night. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.